It's week 1. We've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry. It's the Chiefs and the Raiders under the lights on Monday night.
Well, there's never a shortage of shows or sights and sounds throughout this city, but for the next few hours, all eyes are glued to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. Tonight, we wrap a busy first week of the season with a 7-2 on a Monday night between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Las Vegas Raiders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, a new season finally here. We had the great one Thursday night. All sorts of intrigue in the games yesterday, and now we put a bow on this first weekend with a good one here tonight.
We do put a spotlight on key games, don't we? Even key nights. Thursday night has become a spotlight night. How about Sunday night? But there still is some magic to playing on Monday night, and these two teams are feeling it.
And we are underway here in Las Vegas. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. The Raiders set to go to work behind their veteran quarterback, and that's Derek Carr.
And it certainly have taken Herbert long to earn his status as one of the league's best and most entertaining passers. Locked and loaded at every snap. And the second he sees an opening, that ball is soaring downfield. You better be on your toes against him on defense. The second you turn your head, he'll...
Carr going to throw right away. And this is incomplete. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Carr. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. Boy, fingers crossed here. First quarter of a new season, already an injury. And while they attend to him, we'll step aside. This defense looking for an early start. 6. Now Carr. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 45-yard line. Now a play fake. Carr. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Carr. Well, this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. He hits Adams, complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up the 1st and goal. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that going against you so early. Does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Jacobs is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is 3rd and goal. To throw, it's Carr. And he'll just get rid of it.
We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt.
And his kick is indeed good. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So the long drive gets him down inside the 5. Ultimately, they settle for just the field goal.
I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, it would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here's the Chiefs offense for their first possession, and it's Patrick Mahomes at quarterback.
And when you think of Patrick Mahomes, you start to think about all of his attributes, and you realize very quickly you can't just put him into one box. No matter how the game proceeds, no matter what is needed, he tends to have an answer for it and plays accordingly.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Alaire with it. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Mahomes going to throw. This one caught by Crowder. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Complete to Jamison Crowder. It's a gain of 6. First down, Kansas City.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Mahomes on the give to Edwards-Helaire. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Here's Mahomes to throw. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 27-yard line. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. On 2nd and 10, Mahomes, the tight end Kelce has it over the middle. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. Now Mahomes. Got a man and he hits him in stride. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. 2nd and goal from the 1. Edwards-Helaire is into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. A 10-play drive that time. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down.
Defense.
Well, that one hurts. I mean, it was third down, of course, but now the penalty, and we're back to first down.
Yeah, it hurts momentum in a big way, and they built that up here in the early going. Now, that leaves the opposition with a first down. That's a mistake you don't want to make at this point in the game.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2.
On play action, now Carr. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They got 29 yards that time.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Carr's throw taken in by Landry. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. That catch, number 750 of his NFL career, and it puts him even with not just 1 but 2 Hall of Famers, Michael Irvin and Charlie. 7-5-0.
Now you talk about the playmaker, Michael Irvin, and the guy who just made plays, Charlie Joyner. And that's what we're seeing here. Similar style in terms of being dependable, being open, and turning it into plays that you remember.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Here's Carr to throw. And that will be incomplete. On now is the field goal team here as the Raiders will try for 3. He connected on his first, this from 41. And this one is right through. And they get it back within a point at 7-6. So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2, got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim, and hopefully they'll be kicking extra points instead.
And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in Week 1. To throw, it's Mahomes. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Raiders pick it up. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. So this defense clicking early in the year, Week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
The extra point attempt to follow here. And he puts this one through as the lead moves to 13-7. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out and start the drive at the 25. KC's offense ready to take over. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing now is Mahomes. That to his running back, Edwards-Helaire. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's the Chiefs punter now. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. That's pulled in at the 32. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns. What a quick start to the drive, but not for the team that really needed it. In only a few seconds, the opposing QB found himself on the turf, and the defense is celebrating 2nd and long.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the 1st down sack. Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Now Carr. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the 1st quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. On the return, here's Agnew. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10.
And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out. Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or two. It's no good, and the deficit will stay at 2 field goals.
Wow, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see a holder set up on the other side of midfield. I brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one. That is showing an awful lot of confidence in the kicker to try and hit from 61 yards, and this one winds up no good.
And now here come the Raiders.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. Under a minute to go, clock running, and a back-and-forth first quarter of play. To throw again on 2nd down, Carr. The left side throw complete to Adams. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful of one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
On 1st down, Carr. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And out of bounds right around the 20. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. 2nd quarter from Vegas. The homestanding Raiders with a football here, as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Do you remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get...
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
On 2nd down, Jacobs.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, a 9-yard touchdown run. And they're able to add on to their advantage.
Well, they were looking to pick up the 1st down on 3rd and short. They got a little more than they bargained for, finding the end zone as well.
And oftentimes in short yardage situations, you get a lot of defenders stacked near the line of scrimmage, partner. So if you can get past that first wave, there's usually room to roam, and he found it.
Now the try here for the extra point. And the lead is now 13. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs.
2
their kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. And the Chiefs offense ready to go again. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to a stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games. And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From midfield, here's Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Mahomes now to throw. And the Raiders have got him. In that time for the sack, say hello to Chandler Jones.
Already up 2 touchdowns. How about that drive killer of a sack there to add to their good play? This offense coming away with no points now when some kind of score was desperately needed.
Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Now Landry. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2.
Throwing now is Carr. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To throw his Carr. They'll find his tight end. That's Waller. A good down to possibly take a shot. And, in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. Now Carr. Looking again for Waller, and he's got him again. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right, safety valve, throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Carr completes it, and they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Completion. He's north of 200 yards here in the 1st half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? And Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Throwing on 1st down is Carr. Over the middle, complete. It's Jacobs. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense is still a little bit putting in the end zone, he's still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
Taken at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And now here comes Kansas City.
The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Mahomes going to throw. This one caught by Crowder. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Eluding the pressure right, and he'll just get rid of it. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Jacobs going to try the middle, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So the interception set up a terrific field position, but 3 points in the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple. You always want to end drives with points. But that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Fields it right around the goal line.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Here they come, 2nd and 10 now from the 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes.
He'll find Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. Crowder's got it over the middle. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Now it's Mahomes again. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Carr now on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. And he is going to lose yardage here. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with 2nd down coming up. Now a carry for Jacobs. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Agnew now to return. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Here's Mahomes to throw. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Carson Wentz, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. Next, we head off to check out another game, and they were losers in that game as they fall to the visiting Detroit Lions. Jared Goff, 2 touchdown passes as his guys are able to get the victory in their season opener. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Tennessee Titans. Derrick Henry, over 100 yards in the victory with 2 touchdown runs as well. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for KC. And despite the fact that they're looking up at a double-digit deficit at halftime, they were able to move the football through the air in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. And the Chiefs ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of the spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Open man, it's the tight end, Kelsey. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 28 yards.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw to Valdes-Scantling over the middle. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 32-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Over the middle and complete to Moore. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. On second and very short, Mahomes. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the chief linemen might have moved.
Orlando Brown, the former Raven, the guilty party.
And they'll try again here, 1st and goal after the false start. And again, it's Mahomes.
They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I think put just a little bit too much heat on that. But when you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender. But you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
They'll try to run with Edwards-Helaire. No gain on the play that time. So a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal.
This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during the ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
Butker's kick here is good, and that'll get the deficit back to 16. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
Taking it about the 1. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 18. The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be second down. Here's Carr. Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. And he's got some space here. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
40 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Once again, it's Jacobs. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. On play action, it's Carr. And that is incomplete. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Now Carr. He hits Adams, complete.
And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. To throw, it's Carr. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Raiders are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. So this looking more and more like it is going to be a successful kickoff to their campaign as they add on here.
And pardon me, you know NFL coaches, they're on the sideline thinking about all the little things that need correcting. But for the most part, they've got to be ecstatic with the way the season has started out.
Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 23. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders.
This taken in at the goal line. The 25-yard line.
And out come the Chiefs now.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And this one is incomplete. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys that we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Now Carr on the bootleg. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down, and he's going to have it by plenty, able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
They certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
Carr to throw again. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
2nd and 2.
A handoff, Jacobs running to the left. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. On 2nd down and 4. Carr to the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 22-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves and sticks. Carr now on 1st down. It's caught here by Adams.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball. They leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Back to the running game with Jacobs. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Carr.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Now Carr. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
And his kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So this one, Charles, it's only the third quarter, but they appear to be well on their way to victory.
I would say so, because a one-score lead you don't even count, but a two-score lead you know can evaporate in an instant. 3 scores, feeling good, but you know it's not over yet. But now, they've got a 4-score cushion. I think you feel pretty confident in the fact this is going to go your way.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Mahomes now on first down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing again on second down. Mahomes buying time to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Throwing now is Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now it's Mahomes again. Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Looking to throw again on second down. Mahomes got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. A bullet throw, but incomplete. They'll go. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 68 yards on the ground here for Jacobs, and this is a first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. A lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now they'll throw with Carr. Renfro bringing it in over the middle. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. Let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
Throwing now is Carr. Flush to his right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. This to Jacobs on the toss right. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Now Carr. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. On now is the field goal team here as the Raiders will try for 3. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. They're ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they'll pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And the officials here are going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes on the catch. It's Crowder.
Complete to Jamison Crowder. A 5-yard gain on the play. And the 1st down.
On 1st down, Mahomes. That's complete as he goes right back to Crowder. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Complete to Travis Kelsey. An 8-yard pickup. 1st down, Kansas City.
And again, it's Mahomes. This one caught by Crowder. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 21. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Mahomes' throw taken in there by Crowder. And they'll get this down to the 10. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Mahomes to throw once more. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. This will be a jet sweep to Crowder. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. Mahomes now to throw. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
Well, partner, you and I will be headed to the airport, but after this game, when it's interview time, someone's going to ask this quarterback what hurt worse, the interceptions or the sacks. This whole day, it's been rough. Barring a miraculous comeback, this offense isn't going to win this game, but he's probably going to say what hurt most is the loss.
Now Mahomes got to have this one. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Carr now to throw. They'll find his tight end. That's Waller. So 8 yards on the completion there. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just got to give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Tackle made there by Frank Clark. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. 2nd down, Jacobs once more. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. But hold everything because Darren Waller, the tight end, appears to be injured on that play. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Open man, that's Renfrow. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A pickup of 27. And they pick up the first down in the process. Well, this one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD. But, of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points. And, my goodness, it has been a dominant display in front of a national audience.
Yeah, they thought it, and it certainly came to fruition, didn't it? They've been dominant in so many ways in this one. If you weren't paying attention to this group before, you certainly are now after seeing this type of victory from them.
Running it with Jacobs. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Holding. Offense.
Colton Miller, former first-round pick, called for the penalty there. Going on the ground with Jacobs. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Delay of game. Offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still 2nd down.
Second down, Jacobs once more. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. This was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division, you knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
so for Las Vegas,
it's a great win here on a Monday night as they'll start the new campaign 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Denver Broncos.